Now we're taking a break from the Protoss, and now we have some Terran as spawning in the top right hand corner of, oh my god, Beckett Industries LE. We have the American and Terran player. He is blue, representing Alpha X. It is Vindicta.
Yeah, and now guys, representing at the bottom left corner, he is the Terran player, one of the best in NA. He is epic.
Oh boy. Epic, he's a very unique player because I don't know if you know this. I imagine you do because you ladder on NA. Epic, he's one of those players who has a 6k Terran account and he also has a 6k Zerg account.
Indeed, he's very. I don't know how to say, but sometimes when players play so much Terran or so much Protoss, you know, your main race, you get saturated. It's like, man, I need to stop doing this for a second. You know, it's not healthy. I need to do something else. You know, and they start playing off race in order to have some fun, to relax a little bit. And once they start doing this habit, they start to get to know more about the other races, and sometimes they even get more real good players like 5.k and above, you know. So it's very cool to see those types of players who knows just more about their race. They also know about other races.
Yeah, it's so impressive because we don't have a lot of players who can get to that level with multiple races, right? There's, you know, I guess Epic's a good example, maybe Scarlet, you know, maybe a couple of others, but yeah, it's cool that he has that under his belt. But will that help him much here in this TVT?
Scarlet, man, she plays Protoss. Damn. I remember one time she played Protoss against Don Raigu, I think, and she won the game.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Are you serious? Is Protoss that easy for you?
Oh god.
She's crazy. She's crazy. I love to see her play.
Protoss Imba confirmed. Protoss.
Yeah, now both players are doing different things. I love how both players try to approach the game. For one part of the game, I see that the red player is doing a more standard build. He's trying to focus down the economy-wise opener. For the other hand, Vindicta is trying to establish a more dominating position on the early transition into mid-game. He wants to take control of the map. He wants to be aggressive, you know. And he also wanted to play more safe in case Epic tried to do something cheesy. So let's see if he can delay the command center right now.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Epic, he was trying to catch this force, but his Reapers went across the map. Ooh, and there are even a Reaper and a Hellion here to defend for Vindicta.
Yeah, Epic is not having a good time right now. He's gonna be delayed. His approach to the aggression with the Reapers is not going to work. At least he was able to scout everything. Now the Cyclone is going to assure a little bit of a victory, you know, a little bit of establishment on the natural base once again, but it was very delayed, you know.
Definitely. Vindicta was very lucky there to be able to sneak past those Reapers of Epic completely and get into that natural.
Yeah, although Epic still has a little bit of advantage in terms of economy, now Vindicta already knows what he's playing against. He knows what he has to do in order to establish a better composition. He perhaps is going to start doing a Raven and a couple tanks. Let's see his decision. Yeah, there goes the Raven.
Yeah. Both players opting to go for their Ravens, which, I mean, it's a TVT, makes plenty of sense. Ravens are so good in the early game and in the late, they're just so good in general.
Yeah, they can detect units, but oh my god, the Cyclones are doing a nice job at taking out those Cyclones. Vindicta tried to snipe a Cyclone on the other hand, but he was not able to do it. Now there's a third command center on the way for Epic, and I think he's got the better opener.
Definitely. Like, Vindicta was trying to make something happen there, but in the end, he kind of threw away his units. He didn't get much value from them. He got scouting information, which is cool, I guess, but I don't think it was really worth all those units.
Indeed. Now Epic is on a supply block. It's gonna hurt him a little bit, but those are just mistakes that can sometimes happen under pressure, especially when you try to trade off units, when things get delayed, the structure of your mind gets a little rumbled. So now I'm happy to see Epic trying to take control of the map to the Cyclones, and on the other hand, Vindicta just now started his third base.
Yeah, and he knows he's behind with it, so he does throw it down on location. Epic doesn't really have eyes on this yet. He doesn't know how delayed it is. But because of this, Epic, as you were saying, he does have a pretty nice economic advantage. And on top of that...
No. There you go. He's a little bit of sloppiness.
Yeah.
I think it's because perhaps it's his first game of the day. Perhaps he's a bit nervous, but those are just little mistakes. He's playing very good right now. He's taking a very good decision making, and he already has the third base. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure Epic is gonna have the more healthier transition into a late game.
Definitely. Meanwhile, Vindicta, he is right now just trying to catch up in terms of that, and we'll see how this game plays out, especially because we didn't really get to talk about it. I was very surprised that map 1 was going to be on Beckett Industries. To be fair, in a mirror matchup, I guess it makes a little bit more sense. This map has a lot of advantages for Terran, but when both players are Terran, I guess they're happy to play on this.
Yeah, I was wondering, why is Vindicta so late on the Steam upgrade? And now that I realize he's got more factories, he's going mech. Damn, that's a bold decision. He wants to go for the A-click. He wants to play like Protoss. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying this.
Man, you're Protoss. What are you doing? You want to be defending your boys, man.
Yeah, there's a meme going around all the mech players play like Protoss.
Yeah,
they just want to A-click. I'm not pretty sure of that. When you're a mech player, you need to be more strategic. You need to know where to put your defense, when to move out, when to split up your army. It's much more complex,
Yeah.
But it's less versatile. So let's see how Epic goes with this push with a couple Marines. He does not have combat shields, so the Marines are very weak against the DPS of the tanks. I'm pretty excited to see those Ravens in action.
Exactly. The Ravens have a lot of potential here, and there's not much anti-air to really zone them out. There is a Cyclone at least, but here we go. In comes the army of Epic, and a lot of the tanks aren't really in position.
Oh, this is a nice attack from the Ravens, and now the turrets are putting up a lot of damage. The tanks are trading very efficiently, and the Vikings now on the low ground. Let's see if the tanks are able to destroy everything.
Yeah, exactly, as it looks like all the Vikings of Epic are going to be taken out. He has a tank lead, but oh god, he's struggling against these SCVs. He will be forced back. I do think that Epic, he traded a little bit better here, but oh, he loses another tank towards the end.
Yeah, this is starting to get more intense. As you guys can see, Epic was able to save those tanks, which is a very important attack movement from Epic. He can still be aggressive, which is very important. And now Vindicta is on the back foot. He needs to produce more units in order to defend both flanks. He needs information too. That's why he made the sensor tower. He's a very smart player. He knows that he needs to position him in a very good spot. Otherwise, he's going to be in very huge trouble.
Definitely. Meanwhile, at the same time, Vindicta even had the room to go for this bit of a run by. Hellions, they get only a couple of worker kills, but they force the army back of Epic. Now he was, again, Vindicta finding some time to breathe here as he remakes those tanks.
Yeah, now he once again is trying to position his tanks on a very strategic position, but at the cost of what, Because he now has so many few units, he's got just a couple tanks. He cannot take a fourth base just yet, and because of it, his economy is gonna be more limited. On the other hand, Epic is having control of the map. He's having fun. He's got the bio units. He can be anywhere he wants. He can take the fourth base. He's on a very great position.
Definitely. Despite that, Vindicta is trying to do what he can with what he has, right? With these little Hellion run-bys, and honestly, they're doing a decent amount, right? He forces a massive pool away. He's gonna delay the fourth base even further once again. It's very, very nice moves here with, again, just two Hellions. At the same time, though, Epic, he's looking to find a way in.
Yeah, Ravens once again are gonna be on a very good spot. They need to do a very strategic positioning in order to not be killed by the by the Vikings. But look at this drop. He's trying to kill as many tanks as he can. He was able to kill a couple SCVs too, but defending of the Vindicta was decent enough.
Yeah, it just barely was. In the end, Vindicta did lose 8 SCVs, but Epic lost a little bit more, right? Like, so Vindicta, he held well, his 4th base is done, now he has to attempt to expand, but it can be a little bit hard, right? Like, he's still a little bit low with his tank count, doesn't have the best defenses here, but maybe he can get away with this.
Yeah, the 4th base is so exposed. Oh my god, this is such a risky move. But Vindicta knows that if he does not take any risk, he's gonna lose the game. He's trying to keep himself alive, and let's see if it works out.
Yeah, definitely. At the same time, Epic once again is looking to try and push into that 3rd base, but there are plenty of tanks. We got Vikings this time. We have a Raven as well. He's not gonna find a way in just yet, just posturing around the base.
He was able to survive these waves of Epic's attack, so I'm happy for him because now he's gonna buy himself a couple more time in order to transition into a more heavy Thor army supply. Those Thors are gonna be very important in order to defend any Liberator attempt, and the Liberator now is doing a lot of damage within the Hellion, taking all the SCVs. Those are very juicy shots.
Oh my god,
Oh my
basically just everything here just dies at the same time. There was another like Blue Flame Hellion run by at the 4th base, 30 SCVs, even more go down.
These are the moves that we needed to see, and he's still killing SCVs with that Hellion. What are you doing, Vindicta? You are such a crazy man, and now all the tanks are getting shut down by the Ravens. Now Epic is trying to punish all the moves from Vindicta. He's got no defense, only Planetary Fortress. Now a Raven's going to save the day.
Yeah, exactly. Force all in essentially, but you know what? Vindicta just has so much supply. The Vikings landed, cleaned everything up, and you know what? Like there's still there was still more SCVs going down. In the end, 47 went down, and what the hell does Epic do now?
Yeah, he does no longer have the economical advantage. That is a very clear statement from Vindicta. He's like, oh boy, you're not gonna mind this game. My Hellions are gonna do the job.
Jesus Christ. And with that, like, Epic, he lost all his tanks earlier. He has 1 tank remaining. He lost all his Ravens. Like, he was forced essentially to react and counterattack, and Vindicta was ready. Oh my god!
No! Oh my god, Epic is suffering. He does not know how to defend those run-bys, and Vindicta finding all the weaknesses in the economy of Epic. I'm very glad that he was able to come back from that ugly position he was in. He was able to take the risks, and now everything is paying off. Vindicta takes the series.
Takes game 1. Takes game 1.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got so excited.
Oh my god, but wow, what a game won there by Vindicta. Again, just by his pure Hellions were the MVPs that game. He kept going for those run-bys, and Epic, even though he had the better economic position, even though he had arguably, you know, the more mobile army, he was the one struggling to keep up with Vindicta.
When you're down in supply and down in economy, with a few units, you have to do what you should have been doing with a lot of units. It's like if you had 6 Hellions, now Vindicta had to do the same damage with only 2 Hellions. And he was able to do it.
Yeah.
Only 2 Hellions needed to be there on the 4th base in order to kill everything. 1 Liberator on the natural, a couple Hellions going to the 3rd base between the natural 2. That's all he needed. And Epic was just in shock. He did not know how to defend all the places at the same time. And it was like Vindicta was demonstrating that you need to play with APM once you're a mech player. You don't have to be a Protoss player. You can be everywhere too, you know, dropping, getting the Liberators in, putting some Hellions, putting up the pressure, and he just got the first game.
Yeah, that was beautifully done there by Vindicta, beautifully demonstrating, you know, how despite the mech style being kind of turtly and very defensive, like you can still apply that aggression. And oh god, that was just so well done there by Vindicta. My question is, are we going to see more of that mech throughout the series?
Oh, please give me more Vindicta. You know you wanna give us more fun. Come on, man.
Oh god, we'll see if this player here in the top right hand corner of Oxide LE, hailing from the land of America, representing Alpha X, it is Vindicta.
And representing at the bottom left corner, he's the red Terran player, one of the most epic players in the game. He is himself epic.
Off.
Oh my god, he's not making a barracks, he's putting a proxy barracks.
Oh my god. Epic has had enough. He's like, screw you and your mech. I want none of this. We're gonna try and go across the map early. But this is only one Rax. Only one Rax across the map.
Yeah, it's gonna be a proxy reaper. The idea of this is try to punish Vindicta if he goes for a marine. Also, he's gonna try to kill as many SCVs as he can, but the most important thing is to take control of that vision. He wants to know everything. He wants to know if he's going for an expansion, fast factory, double gas, only one gas. He wants to know. He needs that map hack right now, and the Reaper's gonna give that to him.
Mate, I was looking at something, and as much as I love your talk about Reapers, he took both gases. Mate, he starts the tech lab. He wants to go, I imagine, Marauders.
Factory. What? What? Epic is doing a
Marauders, mate.
factory with Marauders.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is new for me. I've never seen this.
Let's go. So, okay, the Marauders, of course, they are the building busters. They can push through bunkers. They can push through these supply depots as well. Meanwhile, I imagine we're going to see, depending on how aggressive he wants to be, Hellions to come across the map and reinforce? Question mark? Oh.
Yeah, and oh my god, the SCV is gonna scout this? Yes! He's gonna scout this, and this is very bad news from Epic. Now Vindicta knows what he needs to do. He immediately gets a bunker, which is the best decision making. 2 bunkers even. He's scared of the lane. Oh my god.
Mate, he's terrified right now. Oh my god, at the same time he gets across the map. Oh, he does not see the starports. He was not able to get that information, but he's walling up here in his main.
Where are the Reapers? He's trying to scout on the map, but the Reapers now are not on the defending the main. I think he wants to counterattack. He wants to defend with a couple Marines and with the Widow Mines disposed, but the Widow Mine shot was completely waste, only killing a single unit. And let's see if Vindicta can counterattack with these Reapers.
Oh, we'll see. There we go. The Reapers do get into the main base. Boys are being pulled off the line. Forces the Hellions to come back home, but these Hellions should be able to clean these up.
Yeah, but on these types of positions, when you are the aggressor, when you are the aggressor and you get damage, you're in trouble. You shouldn't be taking damage. You should be the one doing damage, you know? He's not prepared for this. He does not have any second command center. He's just playing on one base, so any SCV he loses, it's gonna be a very important one.
Definitely. And Epic, he's already down when it comes to the workers. Meanwhile, bold move by Vindicta. He goes for the expansion. Ooh, meanwhile, Widow Mine shot does kill one of the Marauders, but he salvaged the previous bunker. Like, things are getting a little bit scary here.
Look at that Widow Mine! Oh my god, he's such a warrior. He's not going down. He wants to defend, man. He wants to be alive. And the Cyclone doing all the job.
Yeah.
I think Vindicta just established a very nice position. The supply depot can be perhaps sniped, but there's a limit of time, you know. Perhaps Vindicta can repair this. No, he's just gonna give up that structure. Oh my god, the Cyclone almost died there. But
Yeah.
nice micro from Vindicta. The SCV was just in the neck of time to repair that, and this game is not very epic from that. He's in a lot of trouble. He needs to do something.
Epic is in a lot of trouble, but mate, I got a smile on my face. This has been beautiful. Banshees are now coming across the map, but this is scary because a second orbital is on the way, right? There's gonna be energy there, 4 scans. Vindicta throws down a missile turret. Mate, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. And I'm in shock right now because Vindicta is doing all the right moves. He really wants to win this second game. He's just insane. Beast mode right now. Let's see if the Banshee can still do something, or perhaps can be just killed by the Widowmine.
Yeah, oh god, we'll see. A second Banshee comes out. We have a third Banshee on the way as well because, again, Epic needs everything he needs. He is going for that natural base. It's so much later compared to Vindicta, but mate, he has to make something happen here.
Yeah, the Banshee right now is on. There are two Banshees present on the map, one on the main, one on the natural base. A Raven is in position just to snipe this beautiful Banshee. Unluckily, it's gonna be very bad news for the Terran player. And the other Banshee almost died. Let's see if he can get a couple more kills. And I think he's just gonna get one more SCV. This is just bad news for Epic. One loss after another. I don't know how is he gonna come back from this?
I don't know, man. Like, this is a really rough place, right? Everything got taken out. Vindicta now has the economic advantage. He has the army advantage as well. He's even getting a third CC. Oh my god.
It's payback time. It's payback time. Do you remember last game, Epic throwing down that third CC so comfortably? Now it's my turn, boy. I got the tanks, I got the Cyclones, I got the Raven. There's nothing you can do to stop me from doing this move.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Epic, he still has one more Banshee, but again, Cyclones, Ravens, like, it's gonna be so hard for him to really find much more here. He's trying though. He is here outside the base, looking to try and find some value.
Oof, the Cyclone almost got sniped, and the Banshee's doing a good job at trying to force any mistake from Vindicta. That's what he needs to do. Epic needs to force that mistake. He's desperate to do it. Let's see if he's able to at least get a couple Cyclones.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't stay on hold position there, if they edge a little bit too close, then the tanks will shell away. But Epic, he's realized, yo, you know, this army is getting pretty big. I need to evacuate. I don't want to lose these tanks for free. So he does turn around. He does go back home.
Yeah, SCV wise, they're almost even, but as you guys can see, Vindicta has been able to mine for a longer time in the natural base. So although SCVs perhaps he's just got a little bit of advantage, he's got that economical advantage from previous through the attack of Epic. You know, I'm pretty happy that Vindicta knows his position, knows that he can take the third base without any issue, and he's demonstrating to be a very accurate player.
Definitely. Oh god. And again, like, he just has everything that he needs, right? The Ravens show up. The final Banshee is going to finally get sniped. At least it got two SCVs, I guess. But yeah, Vindicta, he's got to make some moves happen here. And he himself, he's actually the first player to land his third CC.
Oh yeah, indeed. Let's see if Epic's able to at least get a couple more SCVs. Let's see if the Cyclone can also survive. Nice micro now from Epic. He lost a couple units though on the air ground, and it's hard to say if Epic can do something about this. You know, he's got a lot of tanks, but the air battle, Vindicta is winning it so flawlessly. He can take control of the map whenever he wants, and he can kill the siege line whenever he wants, because he does not have the necessity of using scans, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But what I will say is that, especially in TVT, like, it's all about positioning, right? So despite that, Epic, he still can make a comeback happen here as long as he's able to outposition the forces of Vindicta. Oof.
No, he just lost another Viking. Every loss is so painful to watch. Epic on the back foot. At least he's been able, with this type of pressure, to get his own third command center. Now he's trying to play from behind, but he still got a shot. You just said it. TVT can be a game back and forward. We saw it on the first game. Vindicta was not on a great position, and with great harassment, he was able to come back. Let's see if Epic can pull something of this type. Let's see if he can come back.
Yeah, I believe. As he scans and he confirms that Vindicta is in fact playing mech once again with all of these factories on the way. Aye. So you're getting your wish answered here, Cristiano. We do see that mech once again.
And yes, I got a smile on my face. I want to see right now if he's going to start harassing with those Hellions. I want to see those SCVs rust into the ground. And Epic wants to make an aggressive attempt. He wants to attack from two places at the same time, I guess, or perhaps he's just wanting to take the fourth base and try to deviate the attention from Vindicta. Now a couple Hellions come in, try to take control of the map. Let's see if they can get into the third base.
Oh god, and they do. There's only one tank here, and the tank cannot shoot things right next to it. SCVs are going down. Not again.
Please, not again. At least only 3 SCVs are going down. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Nothing could have been worse than the last game. 47 SCVs went down that game. Epic is still in this. The Liberator is doing a great job, just like in the last game. He's not been able to find a real good answer against these types of harassment, but at least he can still be at that fourth base and try to reach out in economy. I'm very excited to see Vindicta start to move out and take control of that fourth base. And look at the amount of Liberators.
Yeah, it's something that you don't see too often, right? Like, especially when you're going mech like this, your priority with your starports are the Vikings. But I just love how aggressive Vindicta still is with these Liberators. Finally, he finds a juicy position here. At the same time, Epic is moving out. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he knows he can make a lot of Liberators because he's winning the Sky Toss. I mean, the Sky Terran. He's winning the Viking account. So he can make a couple Liberators and still punish the economy of Epic. And let's see if the drop can do something about it. For now, only 5 SCVs have gone down, but not for Vindicta.
Yeah. This is from the Liberators. Meanwhile, Epic, he does try to force himself down this ramp, but his tanks are getting disabled. Auto turrets get thrown down, and he cannot get down there. Oh my god.
Yeah, things are not going well for Epic. He needs to pull back. He does not have the force to push Vindicta to the third, or at least to the natural base. He's just in very serious trouble. At least at Tech Lab, we can get some vision of the saturation of the fourth base, which is a very cool information. Look, Vindicta's listening to us. He's like, no, I'm not giving you that advantage, mate.
The planetary is focusing down that Tech Lab. Meanwhile, the army was on siege, and Vindicta, he pounces upon it. The Hellbats take out every single tank. Only a handful of bio units left, and these units, mate, they're not supported by medevacs in the air, by anything in the air.
Yeah, now once again he's gonna try to steam forward. He's gonna try to kill at least one more tank, but no, not even that. He's not even gonna get one single tank. This is a very bad spot for Epic.
Mate, 1 HP. That tank has 1 HP. Just doesn't want to die, mate. And now everything is going Vindicta's way. He's up almost maxed out with 200 supply. There's nothing in the air to support for Epic. He only has a handful of tanks, a handful of Marines and Marauders. He is expanding sneakily to the bottom right. But again, what about the main army?
Yes, I think it was a mistake from Epic. He thought he could be aggressive and go for the economy at the same time. You cannot do that. That's a strategical mistake, because anytime Vindicta can just counterattack you and kill you from one shot. And now the engagement starts to come up. The SCVs are trying to get pulled, but there's just too many mech units. There's just too much DPS, and I don't see Epic winning this fight.
Yeah, exactly. The Vikings are landed because they don't need to be in the air. They do buffer for the tanks. GG gets called, and Vindicta takes the